Well, so what do you think about the Masters? Oh, this time.
This Masters, I think it was similar to the last one, so it was amazing. There's so much details and content that you don't get anywhere. So
I try to give more like new information each
Yeah.
time because I try to
Yeah,
give
exactly.
a time spent to get new things up and to get a pattern really settled so I can give it to you guys.
yeah, I think with this, joining this with the DVD and the webinars is just you have the complete set skills.
Complete package.
Yeah, the complete package, because you get the details, the finest details here that, I mean, you would take maybe 1 year to figure out by yourself, probably, I don't know, or you would never get them. So,
I like that Dux went over the formulas more than once, and if you had any questions, there was never like, oh, why are you asking this question the fourth time? Like, let me go over it one more time.
yeah, and you can take questions
You
like
can ask
personally,
questions, right.
like just show him your questions. So
If he needs to go over another pattern more than once or twice or three times, he doesn't have a problem doing that as long as we're all learning. So,
yeah,
like that.
I think the Masteries is basically like an updated next part of the DVD that reviews every pattern and gives you updated patterns. So you are always up to date, and I appreciate that he always unveils new patterns here at the Masteries. So it's very worth it to come here. I almost feel like if you just stay at tier 2, it's almost like not worth it. You got to get the full experience with Masteries.
The depth of knowledge that this is the third one I've been to, and the depth of knowledge that I get each time, it just fills in gaps that I was trying to fill myself. And some of the stuff this week about the execution, the entries, and the way you're looking at price action in relationship to volume, like some of those things are in the videos, but I was trying to bridge the gap myself and with some assumptions, and so the clarity that comes out of each mastery helps you solidify and have confidence in your entry, so that it takes the emotion out of it, and the understanding that comes through those fine details, which are so obvious to you with all your experience. It increases your confidence in an entry. So I think that ultimately what this allows us to do, you've condensed so much experience. I mean, all the hours you put in, it's condensed, and it's about efficiency, because we come through here and we only spend 2 days, but we gather, years of wisdom in a short period of time. So it's just makes you into a more experienced trader from a wisdom standpoint, not from an execution standpoint, but that'll eventually come on your own. So I just think there's huge value in what you show and what we take home. And it's only as good as what we do with it, because if you go home and you don't review the content, it's gone. So that's what I've done. Taking the notes, reviewing on a regular basis is key to allow, because some of the stuff that we went through this week, I'm like, yeah, I can forget that. Right? So I appreciate you reviewing some of the stuff, but the content is new each time. There was maybe, I don't know, 10, 20% review here, and the 80% was all new content, which is because the market does change.
Yeah.
yeah.
So adapting to an ever-changing market, this is something that Alex and I say, yeah, we got to keep doing this regardless. As long as it's being offered, we got to keep doing it, because the market changes.
Keep coming.
Market changes.
For example, the gap ups that were getting crowded, we were always losing money on that ones because it always squeezed, and now we have a new pattern that we just wait and we make the money on the second pattern.
Yeah.
I mean, just constantly adapting and figuring it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing that I've seen, that this is my second session, a couple big things that I've learned. One is the mechanics of how to do things, and there's a quantification of how to do it, so you know how much your risk is and how much your benefit's going to be. The other thing I really enjoy is just the people. You get to see all types of ages, all types of backgrounds, and for my second time, I've seen several people that are now being successful. When they first came here in the first session, they were really beginners. And to me, that's kind of proof in the pudding. The system works, and you can actually quantify and talk to people. I made so much money last year, and you can see that it's real. It's not just hype.
Do you think new person, first time?
Yeah, so I'm probably the newest when it comes to trading all around here, and I definitely think I should have watched the Trading Techniques DVD before coming here just to have just a better foundation of understanding your concepts. But I did learn a lot. I learned a lot of advanced concepts that I don't fully understand yet, but I know after I go home and review the DVD, it'll all piece itself together. But yeah, two things I really did appreciate. It was your patience around the questions, even though some of them were very simple and basic or very beginner level, and then really spending the time with the group and asking everybody questions, getting to know everybody and all their backgrounds and their history and their trading experience. It was really useful. So I look forward to the May date. Jimmy's going to tell us that in 3, 2, 1. No, I look forward to coming back in May.
We'll
Chicago,
be in Chicago
too.
anyway.
Yeah. After I watch the DVD a few times.
You should click. You should click.
It will. I'll be good.
Yeah, I also appreciate that Dux goes over things here that are basically almost impossible to describe in webinars. For example, when he entered chat in tier 3, he's like, I entered here because stuffed candle. And I asked him in chat, what do you mean by a stuffed candle? And he says, well, this is really hard to explain. Whereas here, Masteries, he actually like put up a pin and drew all the different candles that are considered stuff and details, and then he matched your volume. So like, there's a lot of things that's like really impossible to discuss and teach in webinar, and where he just fills the gaps right here.
Yeah.
One of the best investments that we ever made is tier 3 and coming to these masterminds. One, because you have the possibility to ask him any questions you want, and he's always going to be responding to you, you know, and he doesn't do it like in a bad way. He's just get excited and he goes like, yes, these, that. That's the way Dux is, you know. If you start telling him yes or no, if you start telling him about the market, hey Dux, what do you think about this? He can spend like 4 days talking just about the market and telling you exactly what he thinks and everything. And that's what I like about Dux. And that's what I'm here. This is my second time that I'm here, and I think I always getting a great value on everything that he talks and he teaches you. Like today, it was really good spending all these 2 days learning, because that's where we came from.
And I guess the other point is that it's the option to live trade, if there are, but there's no lack of value when there's no trade. In fact, there's the opportunity for live teaching that you can't do, like you mentioned, on a webinar. So any time that would have otherwise been spent with live trading is more than filled with valuable content that he adds and describes in meticulous detail what he's thinking and what the market's thinking. And that's what the thing that's I think I like the best about his system is that its predictability comes from the psychology of why the price action, why the trade behaves as it does, so you can predict what people are thinking and counter that strategy. And there's brilliance in that.
Yes, the information that you get here and the master is totally different. You know, it's a lot of psychology. It's work, like, you know, it's different that chatting in the, you know, in the website is different. Here you get those is always, you know, asking, you know, answer all the questions.
Yeah. Here's more detailed. I would say more, because some of it I can't really explain. I have to draw and to give you like a one-on-one lesson, because like more people that if I give them different explanation, people have different questions to me. So sometimes they don't get the answer. And in this semester, it's more updated strategies. Since I give like 3 months, so I always give new strategies. Maybe sometimes there's no strategy, but I would say within this market, there's new strategy coming every single month. Not every single month, every, say, 3 to 5 months.
We're just tweaking the original strategy.
Yeah, tweaking the original strategy, yeah.
And statistics too. The brilliance of applying psychology and statistics for predictability is, you know when to cover, you know when to enter.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
What's up with the good stuff? Jordan's calls and critiques.
critiques.
Critiques?
Yeah, like what do you want to see?